is pleading for compassion as their baby clings to life. Their terminally ill daughter has limited time, but the parents say COVID restrictions are robbing the family of precious moments.
I'm a broken mum right now. Jodie and Mel.
The De Gills desperately want their two older children, Addison and Flint.
Don't want much, just a couple of times. But their request for a compassionate exemption was denied. While they're usually granted for end-of-life reasons, Myra's condition is currently stable, so the family does not qualify. They make do with time over the phone.
With 60 vulnerable babies in the NICU at any one time.
But not to these soccer tragics. More than a dozen men ignoring lockdown rules in the city's north. A COVID hotspot in a stubborn Delta outbreak. But there are now signs the goalpost may have shifted. With a concession, we may not reach 0 cases. We are not going to...
Those areas that are seeing the mystery cases, in particular Hobsons Bay, Wyndham and Hume local government areas, we do see continued mystery cases. Wyndham now has more than 140 active cases. Hobsons Bay not far behind. Hume has also cracked 100. Health officials
without cases while maintaining tough restrictions in hotspots. I wouldn't say it's off the table. I think we have to see how the virus is moving around. The Wyndham mayor believes it for certain settings, but that's still being worked through.
Public health teams are looking at what rules can be eased. Playgrounds reopening and cancelling the curfew are both possible options.
Everything's up for review whenever we come to this point of...
Such as parks or venues with QR codes are also being considered, but it all hinges on vaccinations and compliance.
we could do better in each and every area. We know that more people could come forward for AstraZeneca. We know that people could...
Out of lockdowns now more than ever. They also want some restrictions eased for the fully vaccinated to help keep small businesses alive.
Businesses. A cyber attack on a Melbourne council has exposed ratepayers' private information. Next, Stonington hacked the personal details of 100,000 residents at risk. Also, Carlton greats rally to help a football legend facing a major health battle.
That stuff next.
Community. 110,000 Stonington residents need their data protected. All organisations are vulnerable, particularly state and federal government agencies. If you knew that, why did this happen?
About a third of the council's 1,000 staff were already on leave due to...
It will be a slow and meticulous process to find out and to get their systems back online. That is likely to take weeks. It's a disaster. Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
Troops leave Afghanistan. The bodies of 13 American servicemen and women arrived home today after last week's bombing.
The first of the fallen emerged from the belly of a C-17 to silence on the tongue. Draped in
A drone strike taking out a car packed with explosives bound for the airport. Afghan officials say civilians, including children, were among the casualties. With just hours to go until the president's August 31st deadline, a scaled-back...
nothing because a feckless, dementia-ridden piece of crap decided he wanted a photo op on September 11th. That's what kills me.
The 18-storey building goes up in flames. And the flying taxi plan, they say, will get off the ground, starting with trips to and from regional towns.
That stuff next.
COVID restrictions and intense scrutiny from regulators. The casino operator has reported a $261 million net loss, with revenue down sharply.
Crown Resorts' $2.2 billion Barangaroo complex.
Revenue has halved to $1.5 billion from $2.9.
First impressions of the results were that if they were to be expected, Crown Melbourne was closed for the majority of the year, and that's their major asset.
There were some wins. Perth's hotels 2/3 full throughout the year.
To operate a casino here, or to reassure regulators in WA and Victoria that it should keep those licences. Armed with a new CEO and chairman, Crown says it's already...
Plug-in band In Excess says he still has nightmares after suffering a career-ending injury on a boat 6 years ago. Tim Farriss is now suing the charter company for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
He was a founding member of one of Australia's most successful...
Of your occupation, his lawyer asked him. Forced retirement, he responded. Because of a boating accident on Australia Day 2015, his left ring finger severed by a chain while trying to moor Omega, a boat he'd hired on Sydney's northern beaches. It is useless, his lawyer told the court.
And the others were disfigured, badly lacerated and bleeding. Barris wants money for medical costs and lost earnings. But how could there be a loss of income, lawyers for the company asked, if in excess amount... Under a bold new plan, air taxis will at first use existing aviation infrastructure, but the industry is aiming higher.
Some more forward-leaning developers out there are already starting to provision for this idea of urban air mobility landing on your rooftop.
Uber previously...
Like here in Docklands, Fisherman's Bend, some industrial areas and new housing estates in outer suburbs. While the specifics are still up in the air, we're being told it isn't a matter of if it will happen, but when. Sarah Jones, 7 News.
The family shattered in Melbourne's northeast. And the NASA invention designed to kill COVID in the air, used in the White House and US hospitals, now available. There's good news tonight for drivers in Melbourne's northern suburbs, with a major road upgrade now complete. Tegan Doling is at Epping, and Tegan, it'll give drivers much easier access to the Hume Freeway.
Mitch, this area of Melbourne is rapidly growing in the...
Major intersections. More than 35,000 drivers will use the roads every day. Mitch, it's a $103 million project, now complete.
Tegan Doling at Epping. Good news, thank you. Collingwood star Jordan De Goey has been fined more than
Voice helmets to be made compulsory in AFL games at all levels. An on-field clash in a suburban match left her husband with a severe brain injury and a long...
Lessen the severity. A fundraising page has been set up to help with the family's uncertain future. Georgia Comensoli, 7 News.
New technology could help stop airborne COVID transmission in the home. Instead of...
To keep the virus out.
In the foyer, as the parents walk into the service, we also have it in the classroom.
Active Pure is a US-designed air cleaner used in the White House that's now available in Australia.
It's not going to eliminate COVID like our vaccines don't eliminate COVID, but it reduces...
Ranges between $3,000 and $7,000, depending on the size of the home or commercial space. But epidemiologists say there are free and simple solutions to keep indoor areas... Lessen the severity. A fundraising page has been set up to help with the family's uncertain future. Georgia Comensoli, 7 News.
New technology could help stop airborne COVID transmission in the home. Instead of...
To keep the virus out.
In the foyer, as the parents walk into the service, we also have it in the classroom.
Active Pure is a US-designed air cleaner used in the White House that's now available in Australia.
It's not going to eliminate COVID like our vaccines don't eliminate COVID, but it reduces...
Ranges between $3,000 and $7,000, depending on the size of the home or commercial space. But epidemiologists say there are free and simple solutions to keep indoor areas...
of hand injury won't stop him facing the Giants on Friday night. The Cats will be out to make amends after last week's loss in what will be a major milestone for skipper Joel Selwood.
Whatever way you spin it, Joel Selwood is the heart and soul of his footy club.
Played with some hell of players.
Frustrating loss.
We're a bit angry at the way that we performed, and then we found out who we had to play, so it's about moving on then.
A headache for the Cats. Patrick Dangerfield's hand injury, which is being carefully managed.
He's played with a number of injuries throughout his career. It's not something new.
To come back after training well. Selwood will overtake former teammate Corey Enright's games record, but doesn't think he'll keep the accolade.
Big Hawks going so well at the moment. Belgian Grand Prix, a farce. After several hours delayed, just 2 laps were completed under a safety car before the race was abandoned. It makes it the shortest race in Formula One history, as Red Bull's Max Verstappen was awarded victory in the garage. Still for the fans.
Bravo's imminent Premier League return had Manchester United fans buzzing in this morning's 1-0 win at Wolverhampton. In France, Lionel Messi debuted for Paris Saint-Germain in their 2-0 win over Rennes.
Lionel Messi makes his...
And doors where Scouser. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Tim. Jane is next with the forecast. Jane, how's it looking tomorrow?
Oh, this we're rising over 20 degrees, and it goes even higher the next day and the next two. There was a large area of cloud sweeping through. That cleared eastwards during the afternoon, but there was a lower cloud that was stuck over the northeastern quarter, making it cooler from Bendigo through to Wodonga, while temperatures were higher for the rest. It's actually warmer in Warrnambool than Wodonga. That cloud stretches right
in southern parts of Melbourne and Gippsland at night. The rest of the state miss out from this one. Instead, the north and east has warmth and sunshine, and that spreads to the rest of the state, including Melbourne from Wednesday. Warm days with bright sunshine, lasting for a few in a row.
It should see 20 to 40 millimetres. Around the nation tomorrow, pleasant in Sydney under the high, sunny, light winds at 23, mostly sunny and 27 in Brisbane. Canberra today, just
It's this Monday, the 30th of August. Thanks for your company. For now, from the 7 News team, good night.
Tom and Ben News will be back nightly at 6, and this station will be back at 5 a.m. Please check out our website for more.